Hey everyone! Welcome back to your go-to spot for coin collecting insights, rare finds, and everything about numismatics. Today, we're diving deep into a classic, the 1977 Jefferson nickel. What's it worth? Is it rare? Should you hold on to it or just spend it? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938. Featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello on the back, it's one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The 1977 nickel, like many from the late 1970s, was minted in massive quantities, but it still holds a special place for collectors and everyday users alike. So, what makes the 1977 Jefferson nickel interesting? Let's start with some basics. Minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while Denver minted coins bear a D on the obverse, just right of Jefferson's bust. Composition: 75% copper, 25% nickel. Weight: 5 grams. Diameter: 21.2 mm. Mintage: over 200 million coins from Philadelphia and over 150 million from Denver. That's a lot of nickels. Now, let's talk about the big question. What is this coin worth in circulated condition? If you have a 1977 Jefferson nickel in your pocket, how much can you expect? In circulated condition, these nickels are generally worth their face value. That's just 5 cents. Because they were minted in such huge numbers, they're common in everyday transactions. Even if the coin is in fine or very fine condition, it rarely fetches more than 10 to 15 cents at most. Extra fine, or about uncirculated condition, prices might range from 25 cents to about 50 cents. For uncirculated, mint-state coins, collectors may pay anywhere from 75 cents to a couple of dollars, depending on the quality and luster. So, unless your coin is in nearly perfect shape or has an unusual error, the 1977 Jefferson nickel isn't likely to be a big moneymaker. However, there are some special cases. Occasionally, some 1977 nickels have minting errors or variations that can make them more valuable. Look out for double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet errors. These mistakes are much rarer and can attract collector interest, sometimes pushing prices into the $10 to $50 range or even higher for dramatic errors. If you're starting your collection or just want to see if your 1977 Jefferson nickel is special, here are a few tips. Check the mint mark. Is there a D? If not, it's from Philadelphia. Look closely for any anomalies like doubling, strange marks, or unusual coloring. Compare your coin's condition to grading charts online to estimate its grade. Consider consulting a professional coin dealer if you think your nickel has an error or is in exceptional condition. Oh, there you have it. The 1977 Jefferson nickel is a common coin with limited value in circulated condition, but still a neat piece of American history. If you find one in great shape or with an error, it might be worth more than just 5 cents. USA 5-cent Liberty Jefferson nickels from 1981 ***, specifically focusing on their circulated value and what makes these nickels interesting for collectors and casual holders alike. Alright, first things first, the 1981 Jefferson nickel. This coin is part of the classic Jefferson nickel series, which began way back in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the iconic Monticello on the reverse. Now, 1981 was a pretty standard year for nickels, but what exactly makes these coins stand out? Well, let's explore. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced an impressive number of Jefferson nickels. Over 950 million coins were struck for circulation across the three main mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S, but mostly for proof sets. This huge mintage means you're very likely to have come across one in your change, so don't be surprised if you already own some. Here's the important part. What are these nickels worth today if you find them circulated? In circulated condition, most 1981 Jefferson nickels are worth their face value. That's just 5 cents. Because they're so common, they're not considered rare or especially valuable. But that doesn't mean all 1981 nickels are worthless. Coins that are in better condition or have rare errors can be worth more. We'll get into that in a minute. The value of any coin largely depends on its condition. Collectors use grades like good, G, very fine, VF, extremely fine, EF, and uncirculated, MS, to describe the state of the coin. Most 1981 nickels you'll find are in good to fine condition. If you find an uncirculated 1981 nickel, one that looks almost brand new, it could be worth a bit more. Generally, MS-60 to MS-65 grade coins might fetch around $0.50 to $1.50 in a market. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, errors and varieties. Some 1981 nickels have known mint errors that can increase their value. These include double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. Such errors are collectible because they're unique and scarce. Prices for these error coins vary widely, from a few dollars to upwards of $50 or more depending on the rarity and condition. If you're starting your collection or just want to check your pocket change, here are a few tips. Always look for coins with clear mint marks, D for Denver, no mark for Philadelphia. Check the condition carefully. Sharper details mean higher value. Look for unusual features like double dies or off-center strikes. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to inspect the coins closely. If you suspect you found a rare error, consider getting it professionally graded. So, to wrap things up, the 1981 Jefferson nickel is a common, everyday coin worth about 5 cents in circulated condition. But don't dismiss them completely. With a keen eye and a bit of luck, you might find a rare variety or an uncirculated specimen worth more. To understand the 1981 nickel, we first have to go back to the late 1930s. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The new design featured Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. His portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, a German-born sculptor who won a national competition for the coin's design. On the front, or obverse, we see Jefferson's left-facing profile, a dignified and recognizable image symbolizing American ideals of liberty and democracy. On the back, the Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, stands as a symbol of his legacy, architectural ingenuity, and the values he championed. The Jefferson nickel has seen many small changes since 1938. For example, during World War II, from 1942 to 1945, the U.S. Mint produced war nickels with a special composition to save nickel for the war effort. After the war, the design and composition returned to the traditional copper-nickel blend. Fast forward to 1981, the year our focus coin was minted. By then, the Jefferson nickel was well established as a staple of American coinage, and in 1981, the U.S. Mint struck over 950 million nickels, producing coins for everyday use. These nickels weren't special editions or commemoratives, they were the coins that people used daily for decades. While the design remained consistent, the coin continued to reflect a legacy of American history and values. Now, you might wonder, with so many produced, why would anyone collect a 1981 nickel? Well, every coin tells a story. The Jefferson nickel connects us with the nation's past, with Thomas Jefferson's ideals, and with the American economy's everyday pulse. Plus, certain errors or uncirculated examples from 1981 can be collectible. The Jefferson nickel has continued beyond 1981, with redesigns only coming much later, in 2004, with the Westward Journey series. But the classic 1938 to 2003 design, including the 1981 coin, remains a timeless piece of American history. So, the 1981 Jefferson nickel isn't just a 5-cent piece, it's a slice of history, a symbol of American ideals, and a part of everyday life for millions. The 1996 USA 5-cent Liberty Jefferson nickel. We'll talk about its history, design details, mintage, and most importantly, its current circulated value. So, if you've got one of these nickels in your pocket or collection, stick around because this video is for you. Alright, let's start with a quick refresher. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American coinage since 1938, featuring the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson. The 1996 issue is part of the regular circulation strikes from that year, produced by the U.S. Mint primarily in Philadelphia and Denver. The obverse design shows Jefferson's portrait, created by Felix Schlag, a design that's been consistent with slight tweaks over the decades. On the reverse, you'll see Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home. This design is classic and instantly recognizable. Now, here's some interesting info about the 1996 minting. That year, the U.S. Mint produced roughly 1.2 billion nickels between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Specifically, the Denver Mint struck around 850 million coins, and Philadelphia made about 350 million. The 1996 nickels were made with a typical copper-nickel clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, and they weigh exactly 5 grams. This metal combination has been standard since 1946. Okay, so what about the value? If you're wondering, is my 1996 Jefferson nickel worth anything special? Here's the scoop: in circulated condition, meaning coins that have been used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear. The the 1996 nickel is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. Because so many were minted, it's a very common coin. However, the story changes a bit if your coin is in uncirculated condition. That's when the coin looks almost brand new, with no wear and original mint luster intact. In that case, depending on the grade, it might be worth between 50 cents and a few dollars. So, what really influences the value of a 1996 Jefferson nickel? Here are the main points. Collectors look at condition. Circulated nickels are common and low value. Uncirculated or mint state coins command a premium. Mint mark ***, no major difference between Philadelphia, no mark, and Denver, D, for this year, but some collectors prefer one over the other. Errors and varieties ***, occasionally, error coins or varieties, like double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet issues, can be worth significantly more if you want to collect these nickels or possibly find a hidden gem in your pocket change. Here are some quick tips. Always inspect the coin's surface and edges for any unusual marks or doubling. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check details carefully. Store your coins properly in holders or coin flips to preserve condition. And remember, grading can make a huge difference in value, so consider getting valuable coins graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Oh, there you have it. The 1996 USA Liberty Jefferson nickel might just be a humble coin in your pocket, but it's a small piece of American history and a solid staple for any collection. Have you found any interesting nickels or other coins lately? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!